Hello and good morning, dear students. I am Miss Vandana Pai, and today, in the lecture of Principles of Business Management, we would be discussing the characteristics of management. Prior to it, let's slightly revise the last lecture in which we had introduced management. We had seen the meaning of management and some of the definitions given by different thinkers. What is management? What it means? Management is an essential ingredient for all organizations nowadays. In modern world, it has become an essential part. It has now become almost impossible to achieve anything worthwhile single-handedly. This awareness has led to the realization in the modern age of organizations, every human activity which is significant is carried out through organizations, whether it be production of goods and services, whether it be organization of sports events, whether it be management of any transportation, communication, etc. Okay, wherever we go, we see management over there, and if management fails, then surely the person who is conducting such type of event may suffer losses of many types. However, what makes organization effective is management. The function of management is to plan, organize, and integrate activities and resources to achieve well-defined objectives. The objectives can be accomplished through well-trained managers. So, managers direct the organization in achievement of goals. Their job is to mobilize the required means of production, coordinate activity, and inspire people to work towards the attainment of common objectives. Management is thus a prime mover of organizational performance and behavior, and managers provide dynamism to the organization through effective leadership. So, whenever we consider management, it is considered to be as a young discipline, and there is no universal definition available for the said concept, but still it is said by Harold Kuntz, one of the management thinker. While defining management, he says that management is the art of getting things done through and with people in formally organized groups. While F.W. Taylor defines management is the art of knowing what is to be done and seeing that it is done in the best possible manner. So, whenever we come across the term management is a group of people. Management refers to all persons who are involved in managing the affairs of an organization, such as directors, general manager, functional managers, supervisors, etc. In the absence of these people, or if these people they are not managing the organization, surely it will result into strikes, lockdowns, and such type of things. Management is the process of achieving organization goals by engaging the major functions like planning, organizing, leading, and controlling. Through these functions, the manager asks other people, other resources to get the work done or accomplish the task of the organization. So, every human being has the potential to do remarkable things to enable every person to understand, develop, and utilize his or her potential. Management provides an environment whereby maximum output can be extracted from an individual. So let's see what are the characteristics of management. Management is a goal oriented process. Okay, so an organization has to set basic goals which are the basic reason for its existence. Management unites the efforts of different individuals in the organization towards achieving these goals. The purpose of an organization is to achieve defined goals, and the aim of management is to achieve them efficiently and effectively. Without a goal, we will not know the resources to employ, the use of resources, or the need to use them. In such a state, nothing can be optimized. Hence, goal orientation is the basic characteristics of management. So, whenever we consider the first characteristics of management, yes, the organization should set their goals, means what they are supposed to achieve, or what is the motive in setting such type of organization or developing such type of organization. So the purpose of such type of organization itself is to achieve those defined goals. So the resources which are employed, how to maximize the use of such type of resources or how to optimally use those resources itself can be efficiently and effectively done by the use of management itself. So the management is goal oriented process. Okay, first it sets the goal and strives harder to achieve those goals. Then management is all pervasive. Now whenever we consider prehistoric man used management in a format. Today we talk of management at every level: a family, a team, a group, a school, a small organization such as a grocery shop, or a big business entity. Management principles, concepts, and practices are used across a wide canvas, and this makes it pervasive. The activities involved in managing an enterprise are common to all organizations, whether economic, social, or political. So, whenever we consider management, right from a shop, right from a small grocery shop till big biz, big business entities, giant entities, all those principles, concepts, and practices which are given by management, they are adopted by all these shops as well as large organizations. So this makes it pervasive. Pervasive means including all. Next, universal. Most concepts of management, they are universal in nature. For example, the quality management concept were established in US and grew in Japan. Theory Z, Japanese management concept, is widely used in US. Okay, this suggests that management concepts, principles, processes, system, best practices, and other features are applicable across time, nations, context, and nature of organization, although adaptation may be required. This makes it universal. So, the concept of management, it is universally accepted by all nations, by all countries, and all parts of this world. Okay, some of the theories, they might be defined somewhere, or some of the practices of management, they can be evolved somewhere, but they are adopted by the whole world. Okay, yes, as per the geographical needs, as per the needs of your business, they might be adaptive, they might be modified in that respect, but they can be evolved. They are evolved somewhere in some parts of the world, in some countries of the world, and they can be followed by other countries. So it makes it universal in nature. Then multidimensional management is multidimensional. Management is a complex activity that has three main dimensions. First one is management of work, then it is management of people, and then it is management of operations. Okay, let's see what are these three things. Management of work, what is it? All organizations exist for the performance of some work. Management translates this work in terms of goals to be achieved and assigns the means to achieve it. Means all the organizations, yes, they are established to perform some work. Management translates this work in terms of goals to be achieved. Okay, that work is converted into goals and they are assigned to the resources of the organization so that those resources help the organization to achieve it or accomplish the work. Then management of people. Yes, human resources or people are an organization's greatest asset. Managing people has two dimensions. It implies dealing with employees as individuals with diverse needs and behavior. It also means dealing with individuals as a group. The task management is to make people work towards achieving the organization goals by making their strengths effective and their weaknesses irrelevant. Okay, whenever we consider people, we can see those people as an individuals separately, or we can consider them as a group. Means many of the time the individuals carrying their culture, carrying their behavior, they enter your organization. Now these individuals, they may possess different needs, patterns, and their behavior pattern might be different from others. Now the another one is group of people. Yes, the team. Okay, many of the time the organization prepares formal teams and they assign tasks to this team or a project to this team. So whenever this diverse needs people, different behavior pattern people, they come together. If you think that the task should be completed in time, if you think that the task should be effectively completed in time, then surely management plays a very important role in this. So management of people, that is human resources of your organization, who might work individually or who might work in a group. Then management of operations. Management of operation requires a production process which entails the flow of input material and the technology for transferring this input into the desired output for consumption. Okay, what is this? Management of operations. Management of operations means management of activities conducted into your organization. Means it requires that your production activity, the production activity which is carried into your organization. Okay, what is production activity? Production activity is simply conversion of input into output. Okay, by a use of technology and all. So the operations or this production activity which is carried into your organization, whether it is smoothly conducted or not, or whether there are interruptions into such type of production activity, it is seen by the management or it is looked after by the management. Then the continuous process. Management is a continuous process. The process of management is a series of continuous, composite but separate functions: planning, organizing, directing, staffing, and controlling. These functions are simultaneously performed by all managers all the time. Management may easily be termed as a continuous process, as all the managerial functions will lose their essence if they are not carried out on a regular basis. Management as a process since comprises of activities like planning, organizing, controlling the business resources to optimize on their returns so as to achieve the common objectives. Okay, continuous process in the sense, okay, whenever you think that the management should be effective, whenever you think that you should always achieve whatever you have planned for, whatever your organization's objectives are, then surely you should conduct or surely you should practice all those functions which are needed to smoothly conduct the production activity. So those functions, that is planning, organizing, controlling, staffing, directing, okay, all these functions whichever are a part of management, they should be regularly monitored or they should be regularly carried out. So management is termed as continuous process. Okay, means once you have started planning, once you have started organizing and you have stopped there, okay, it is not, it will not fetch the purpose for which you are doing management. Okay, but all these functions, they are to be regularly conducted by you, regularly those functions should be carried by you. So management is termed as a continuous process. Then it is dynamic function. Management is a dynamic function and has to adapt itself to the changing environment in order to be successful. An organization must change itself and its goals according to the needs of the environment. Management is a dynamic function. Why it is dynamic function? Yes, as per the modifications expected by the market, as per the adaptations expected by the environment, the management should also be changed. Okay, applying those traditional practices will make our organization weak. So if we think that our organization should always be successful, it should lead the market, then surely as per the changes expected by the environment, you should be able to change your management also. So management is a dynamic function. What's new in the market, what is needed by the market, if you change, modify your systems as per that, surely it will lead you towards achievement of goals of the organization whichever you have planned for. Then management is an intangible force. Intangible, it has its presence but it cannot be seen. Okay, those things which have their presence but they cannot be seen, they are called as intangible. Okay, now management is an intangible force that cannot be seen but its presence can be felt in the way the organization functions. Management is an unseen or invisible force. It cannot be seen but its presence can be felt everywhere in the form of results. However, The managers who carry out the managerial functions are tangible and visible. Okay, now the management is carried out by the managers. They are the tangible people, is it? They are people, so they are tangible, they are visible. But whatsoever they do for the organization, that effort is called as management, which is unseen or invisible, but its presence can be felt when your organization progresses. As your organization develops, it grows, it progresses, its presence is felt. So management is termed as intangible force, though it can't be seen, but its presence can be felt. Then social process. Management is a social process which consists of getting things done through others. The management has to direct, coordinate, and regulate the efforts of the human beings to achieve the desired results. In this sense, management is regarded as a social process. It also has a social obligation to make optimum use of scarce resources for the benefit of the society. Now, whenever we consider management as a social process, yes, management should always care about social obligations. Okay, whenever they are taking any step, whenever they are modifying anything or updating anything, or whenever they are starting their production activity itself, they should always think about the social obligations. Okay, what they are expected to give to the society, whether it will be benefiting the society or it will affect the society. If so called your production activity, the activity which is conducted into your organization, it will harm or hurt the human beings or the society at large, then surely you should stop it. So management is a social process. What the society thinks about your product and your organization, it always matters. Then group activity. Management is a group activity. Since management is essential to undertake any organized activity, one may infer that management is concerned with a group activity. It involves the use of group efforts in the pursuit of predetermined objectives. Okay, means many of the time working individually will not the fetch the purpose for which the organization is established. Okay, so at this time, building a team, assigning the job to that team, or assigning a project to that team is needed. So whenever we consider team, it is a group activity. So management is called as group activity, as this team or the people, the individuals, your human resources, they come together and they try to achieve the objectives of the organization, and they try to accomplish the task whichever is given to you, to that team, through their collective efforts. So it is termed as a group activity. Then system of authority. Management consists of system of authority. It consists of team of managers who possess a system of authority, control and command. Managers at different levels possess varying degree of authority. The degree of authority reduces from top towards the bottom level of management gradually. Authority helps the manager to perform effectively. Okay, now whenever we consider authority, the top, whenever we consider the top level, whenever we compare the top level with the bottom level of management, yes, the degree of authority, it reduces from top level to bottom level. Okay, means the top level they might be having high level of authority, while the bottom level of management or lower level of management it might not have it. So whenever we consider the system of authority, the managers they have varying or different degree of authority, okay, and they should use it. They should use their controlling and commanding power whenever it is required. Then transferable management is termed as transferable in nature. Management practices in one area can be transferred to other areas. For example, something might be successful into production department, okay, it can be achieved or it can be as it is used in another department also. So such management practices, they are transferable, they can be transferred to another areas also. Then management is contingent in nature. Despite being universal and transferable, as the goals, structure, resources, and beliefs of people they vary or differ across time, organizations and contexts, application of most management concepts and practices are situational. Management is not like the laws of physics which remain true in all conditions. By nature, management is contingent. Okay, as per the situation which your organization faces, you should be able or you should be that flexible to change your management practices or those maybe the decision making. As per the situation, you should be flexible to change the decisions, or else if you stick to the rigid rules, surely it will lead your organization towards failure. So management is contingent in nature. As per the situations, you are required to change the management practices. Then synthesis. Apart from time, we employ various resources such as men, money, material for achievement of goals. Management integrates the resources and optimizes the output. Hence, synthesis is an inherent characteristic of management. Synthesis. What synthesis is? Synthesis means just the dictionary meaning of synthesis is combination. Okay. Management, what it does? Management combines various resources and tries to optimize the use of such type of resources to get the necessary output or to collect the necessary outputs. So synthesis is inherent. Synthesis is most important into management. Then ever evolving phenomenon. Management is an ever evolving phenomenon since it is executed by people. Social evolution and thoughts of the era dominate management. Now, whenever we consider management, since management is related to people, it is related to society. As per the adaptations or modifications in the society or as per the requirement of the society and people at large, the thoughts of the management they change, they are evolving, they evolve in that respect that it will benefit the society at large. Then career. Whenever we consider management, it is a good career option. Management may be understood in a broad sense when it comes to career or occupation. Management may in itself be able to be regarded as a career, but it also represents a variety of interesting and challenging careers focused on specialized occupations in the field such as marketing, finance, and personnel. Okay, whenever we consider management nowadays, you can choose this as an career option also. Okay, as an occupation you can choose management, and it has certain specifications also, specialized areas also, for example personnel manager, marketing manager, finance manager, etc. It is quite challenging career and also interesting ones. Then applied science. Even though management is a science, so far as it possesses a systematized body of knowledge and less scientific methods of research, it is not an exact science like natural sciences, which deal with living phenomena such as botany and medicine. Hence, management is definitely a social science like economics or psychology, and has the same institutions which this and other social sciences have. So, management is actually subjective in nature. It depends on the manager. It depends on the manager, or the manager has to choose which practice or which method is to be adopted to get the work done, or which practice or which principle it will be suitable for this organization. So, like other sciences, other social sciences, management is also social science, where some things they are applied. Then profession. Management is treated as a profession. Management is managing things like men, material, capital, machines, technology, market, etc. With the existing theory and philosophy of management, development of new knowledge, new principles, and new skills can be applied to problem solving to achieve the goals. Born managers can still become better managers if they receive proper training. In modern times, management is emerging as a profession. Management consultancy services are available in more amount nowadays. So, yes, management is treated as a profession as it deals with certain philosophy, development of new knowledge, new principles with the existing theories. In management, the things like or the resources like men, material, capital, machines, technology, they are managed. So it is termed as a profession. You are required to properly have training. Unless until you have training, you can't be operating as a professional manager. You need to have certain degrees and all. You need to complete the education so that you can be an effective manager. So management can be treated as a profession also. Then decision making, one of the characteristics of management. Mostly the managers are decision makers. For example, a marketing manager is required to finalize the decisions related to marketing. Okay, they should consider the location of the market or the distribution of goods. They should see whether or where is the concentration of customers. These things they should be considering. Okay, so right from the location till the dispatch, many of the decisions they are to be taken timely by these people. So management involves decision making process, and timely and rational decisions, they play a very important role from your organization's viewpoint. Then management can be treated as science as well as an art. Management is a science because it has developed certain principles which are of universal application, but the results of management depend on the personal skills of manager, and in this sense management is an art. Thus management is both science as well as art. However, the science of management is not as exact as physical science. It may be better to carry, or it may be better to be called as a social science. Now, whenever we consider management, there are certain principles like science, but it depends on the personal skill of the manager, how to apply it. So, both management is a science as well as an art. Then, let's conclude today's lecture. Okay, so if we take a gist of all these characteristics, every management has a goal to achieve, especially organization goals which are set by the promoters. To achieve these goals, the management has to work hard to plan and to coordinate resources, direct manpower, control the activities. Hence, we can say that management is a goal oriented activity. Management has to produce the goods and services using the resources such as men, material, and capital. Whether these resources they are optimally utilized to achieve the organization goals. Here, the management plays a very important role. We know that management considers some functions to do the production activities. This includes planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling. So it is a distinct process comprising of different functions. To carry the functions, management must have authority, hierarchy of command and control, which vary from the top to lower level of management. With the command and controlling power, the authority integrates the resources to achieve organization goals, which always aims to satisfy the needs of the society. Now, whenever we think about ourselves, from the morning till evening, we plan our work, we coordinate resources, we control ourselves to achieve our goals, just like the managers. So, management is universal in nature. Any person, any business, any small shop, it needs management. Right from the product idea till you achieve the organization goals. All the things or the success of your organization depends on the good management. So, with this, we conclude today's lecture. Thank you.